Hello and thank you for joining me for Wonderkid Wanderers. Yes, we're back with the team full of Wonderkids for a third episode. Very different from the previous ones. If you haven't seen them, feel free to go and check them out. While you're all here, hit the thumbs up, get involved in the comments, subscribe if you're new. But thank you for your view. Yeah, nice one. Right, why is this video here and what's it all about? Well, you probably know I did OAPFC, a couple of episodes where we got all the best old players, put them in the Premier League, and we had a quick look if they could still compete for a couple of seasons. Then I did the same with Wonderkid Wanderers, but with all the so-called best young players, most of them, in a team, and we saw how they did. But since then, I've started having fun, trapping players. You might have seen my All or Nothing series, my Zlatan and Buffon, playing till the 60 episodes, and that inspired me to bring back OAPFC. Trap them all there for 20 years and see how long they could stay at the top and how quickly they would fall. And it made me think about Wonderkid Wanderers because I was quite disappointed with it in a way, how over the years players left and it didn't really work out. I don't think they won anything. So I thought, why not trap them all there for 20 years? The best years of their careers are going to be in the late 30s when they finished, but put them in the non-league and put the club under 20-year transfer embargo. So all these players have to stay there. They're going to gel together. They're going to grow together. The majority of the best young players on the game. But see how long it takes them to climb and how long they can stay there. Can they win anything in their prime? And will they crash and burn when they do it their mid to late 30s? We're going to find out in this video. So thank you for joining me. Let's get into it. So here we are with Wonderkid Wanderers FC, but this time they're in the Vanarama National. They've still got Luke Skywalker, a young Wonderkid manager, as their manager, and they've still got Elon Musk as the owner. They're going to be super rich, obviously. I've not changed any of that stuff, but they're not going to be able to buy any players, so I'm guessing in 20 years time they're going to have about £4 billion in the bank to play with. Now I'm not going to go too much into it because I'm guessing most of you would have seen them, but if this is the first video you've ever seen, they play at the Play Centre, 50,000 capacity. I mean, it was all set up for them to be this Premier League team, and I'm guessing they will get there eventually. But it's a squad I put together using a very popular site who has lists of all the best young Wonderkids. A site I won't name for various reasons, but and there's a couple of players I've not used. Haaland's not in the team and Mbappe's not in the team. They're too good. I want to give other guys a chance, especially my beloved Lorenzo Luca. Greenwood, Mason Greenwood is definitely not in the team. I think we all know why. But I've used like the top 6 or 7 players from each position, put them in the squad. 45 players. Now, it's too many, obviously. And last time, a lot of the young kids never made it. They never came through. Some players never played. So what I've done is I've took out, I think, about 16 of them. They're going to be on loan for the first 5 years. So, of course, every single player has got a future transfer in place for 20 years' time. And they're all going to Oldham Athletic, a team I'm quite fond of them. Now, what I decided to do was using the editor, so it's no personal preference on players. And I picked all the younger lads who are like 16 and all the lads who have got the lowest potential ability and kind of put like a 16, 15-man squad together. So they've got a team and they're going to be loaned to Oldham for the first 5 years. They are leaving in 20 years to go there, but they're all going to be at Oldham in League 2 for the first 5 years. I just felt like put them in league football, lower level. Maybe they can help Oldham climb through the leagues. A little side project. They'll get in first team football more than they would ever get here. So they might help them grow. And then in 5 years' time, they'll all come home. There'll be a shit ton of players, and it'll be survival of the fittest. We'll be able to find out who the best is, the best of the best maybe, and have a good look. And hopefully Wonderkid Wanderers can grow, climb through the leagues, and actually win some stuff and stay at the top. That'd be pretty sweet, wouldn't it? Hopefully Luke Skywalker stays manager as well, because he didn't stay long last time. So as you can see, look, some of these guys in purple are guys who will be off skis. And this is the youth team. As you can see, a lot of players down here as well. There's 45 of them, so I had to do something. So all these lads, either, like I said, lowest potential ability or the youngest, are going to be out on loan at Oldham for 5 years. If you have a quick look at Oldham, you can see they're pretty stacked. They've got some talent there. You recognise a lot of those names, and they should really be able to put a team together. A first 11 of young quality players, and it would be cool for Oldham to climb through the leagues. I mean, in 20 years' time, they're going to get a shitload of old men coming, but who cares about that? It's a bit of fun. It's an experiment. I can't wait to see what happens with this. I've just done a lot of holidaying, left it. We're going to jump in at specific points. Should we do it? So we're going to start right here, 5 years into the future, when all the players have come back from their 5-year stint loan at Oldham. So he's going to have this huge squad. Some guys are going to rock for the next 15 years, but it's just an experiment. Who cares? And it's survival of the fittest, really. What cream rises to the top? And the first thing I see is Luke Skywalker. He's still the manager. Absolutely buzzing with that. I mean, I could have used a real manager. I might have mentioned this on the older episodes. But I wanted a wonder kid. I wanted to make my own superstar manager. And he's looking all right. He's looking great, isn't he? He's 45 years young. One of the greatest wonder kids the universe ever created. He's a freaking Jedi. You may have noticed they're in the Prem, and I fully expected that. Not only that, look at that. Check that out, they're in the Champions League. So of course they won the league. They won the league, and that's what I expected. You never know with these sometimes. You can get quite shocked with how things can work out, but I expected that, and I'm proper happy. And then they finished second in the Prem last year. In the first season in the Prem, runners up. Check that out. I mean, they've got superstars. They've got no Haaland or Mbappe, but they've got enough quality. And they went far off a title. Got Newcastle as well. Moneybags Newcastle beat Manchester United to a top 4 place. Probably happen that eventually. So yeah, Champions League, everything's going really well. And look at that. So wow. Right. How was that? And right, they're getting to Europe with that, but how have they won both of them? I'm a little, I don't know why I'm confused, but I'm pretty stupid. Well, I shouldn't be confused. I think it's just twigged in my head how they would have done that. This is pretty cool. I like it. So they won the Carabao Cup 3 years ago. So this is their Premier League season, Champions League season. They won the Carabao Cup when they were a League One team. Brilliant. Love it. Absolutely love it. Beating Southampton in the final. That would have put them into the Europa Conference League, which they won, obviously, in Spain, in Bilbao, beating RB Leipzig. And if you win that, you move one up, don't you? And go to Europa League, which they've just won in Germany, in Gelsenkirchen, and beating Inter Milan. This is brilliant. Do you know what? I thought they climbed for the leagues. I did not expect them to be picking up trophies, major English trophies, and then going on a European campaign. Are they going to go on a roll here? I mean, my next save file's the end, so we'll find out. But how cool would that be if they went Conference, Europa League, Champions League? Oh, fingers crossed, man. So, of course, there was new players coming in this year. This new season, they're going to have this influx. And Luke Skywalker's going to have his work out picking a squad, a 25-man squad, because there's going to be 20 players rotting. The reserves will be good, but it is what it is. Now, this is their best ever 11 so far. So these are the players that have been playing the last 5 years, that have gotten through the leagues, that have won cups, won European trophies, and apparently they're the best players so far. Martin van der Voort, cracking goalkeeper. If you've watched all my content, remember his name. So I'm not going to look at every player, but we'll have a quick check-in and how they're all looking. It's the best 11 and maybe one or two more. So this is the goalkeeper, Martin van der Voort. Looks like Luke plays some weird formation. A bit of a Christmas tree, I call it. But this is the first defender, Benoit. We also have Tanguy Nianzou, great name. Absolutely adore that name. Elite centre-back. And I know this lad, the Croatian. I think he's a very good player. I've had him on other saves. Very, very good player. Mr. Fati looks like he's playing wing-back. Really, doesn't he? For Luke. But we all know this kid is a special player. Over on the right, we've got Pino, 23-year-old. Villarreal player again, very good player in the game. The two players that look apparently the best in the middle are Pedri. And I think one of the very rare -10 players. I think he's up there with, is it Mikuku? There's not many -10s, you know. But I think he's one of them. Pretty sure he is. Very, very good central midfielder. Featured in one of my All or Nothing videos. And the striker, we've got two players I don't know too much about, but they have shone apparently in the last 5 years. The first one is young Austrian Yusuf Demir. And Jamal, who I do know, very good player, looks really good. And then the striker that's rose to the top, beating Luca, which always hurts me, is Karim, who is very good. He's a decent player, this lad, to be fair. Lorenzo Luca, I bum him all the time because I think he's great. But Luca's one of them guys you have to play and you'll get the best out of him and he will turn into a superstar. If you don't play, you don't ever really achieve. I was hoping he would achieve. Doesn't look like he's played too much, has he? And that's the thing with Luca. And I've said this before on loads of stuff. If you play him, he'll turn into a beast, 40 goal a season striker. And I've proven that, I think, on several series this year. but when he don't play, he's just becomes okay, I think. And I mean, he's what, 19 games, 6 goals, not great. So how about Oldham? They've had 5 years of absolute talent in their team, like really good players, kids, but good quality. Minus 8.5s, minus 9s, prospects, and they're still in League 2. So yeah, by the looks of it, they got relegated. I'm surprised. Got relegated. Came back up, they won the league, I think, pretty sure. Yeah, they won it, and now they've been back in it. Average. So that's disappointing. I don't know why, because it's good young players. I thought they would help. Why can't they push on and kick the club on? That's what I mean, you never know how it's going to work out, dear. So the new season, and 15 more years to get through. Wonderkid Wanderers are currently the second favourites to win the league with City. They're up there. I mean, they are absolutely stacked. Stacked. I mean, look at the players. Alphonso Davies, left back, so he must play different positions as well, different formations. I don't know why it's got that formation on the best 11, but it is what it is. But yeah, loads of quality, all young, like full on, about to hit their peak over the next few years. Squad average age at this moment is only 24 years old, so they should go on to greatness. I want them to win Premier Leagues, I want them to win Champions Leagues, but will they? Well, here we are, it's the 6th of August for some weird reason. 2041, and Wonderkid Wanderers are now the Sky Bet Championship team. But if we look at the legends, Pedri, Camavinga, Luke Skywalker's on there. Pep Guardiola is a manager icon, along with a lot of famous names. Harvey Elliott's gone there. What? So it looks like Pep's had a great stint at the club. But obviously a 20-year transfer ban. These Wonderkids will not stay Wonderkids forever. And I'm guessing that they're in the Championship because those guys got old. They couldn't bring anyone new in. And this is the first summer now where they've all gone. They're all old. Poor Oldham. Maybe they'll help. You never know. But they've all gone. This is going to be that first year that the transfer ban's been lifted. I'm guessing they'll have a crap ton of money in the bank. I think we might have to take over and have a look. They've got Conor Gallagher as the manager. Yeah, it looks alright. Bloody hell. MK Don, Stoke, West Ham, Sheffield United, now Wonderkid manager. Not bad. So let's have a good look. And that graph's pretty cool. Definitely a long period of success. And then you can maybe see that decline as age started to creep in. So we left them there, didn't we? Finish in 2nd. Well, they won the league the next year. Then finished 11th, which is a bit random, innit? But won the league. 4th, 2nd, won the league. 2nd, 3rd, won the league. And then the decline. 5th, 7th, 6th, 12th. Relegation. So they've just been relegated this year. The final year they were there, they just couldn't hang on long enough to keep them in the league. And this is pretty cool. So we know they won the Conference League and we know they won the Europa League, but then they must have spent a long time in top 4, as we know. And they did win a Champions League. They won 4 Premier League titles. They were world champions. They won a Super Cup, an FA Cup. They've won it all. They've won it all, haven't they? Carabao, FA Cup, Premier League, Conference, Europa League, Champions League, World Champions, and a Super Cup. They've won it all. Now let's check out the managers. There's some names on this list. Now Luke Skywalker was sacked in 2027. That's the year they had that weird season. After they won the league and they finished 11th. They sacked him. Fair enough, but he did win them quite a bit. I mean, look at that. 5 league wins, 8 cup wins. Insane. Then they brought Jurgen Klopp in, who lasted nearly 2 years. He won them a league title and he won them the Club World Cup. Then Pep came in, won 2 Premier Leagues, he won a Champions League. That was pretty sweet, to be fair. Xavi had a stint, didn't do nothing. Marco Rose, nothing. Luis Enrique, nothing. But you're inheriting older squads and they can't do out. Simeone Inzaghi is the guy who got them relegated, so he's just been sacked. Of course, we know they won trophies. We've seen that. In 2 Carabao Cups. But they also got to a load of finals. They lost 4 Carabao Cups. One against Brighton, United. Now this is a kick in the balls if you're a Wonderkid Wanderers fan, because, okay, they won an FA Cup, which is very special, beating Manchester United, but they lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. Why Villa back to back? Fair play to the Villa. And of course, quick look at the Prem. We know they won 4 titles, battling out United. Why are United so good? City is still good. Spurs are 1-1. Lee Masters, if you're watching, fair play. And where have Villa come from? I love this about the game sometimes. It throws up someone like that. Villa with his new force. Back-to-back FA Cups, just won the Premier League. That is pretty sweet. Burnley in third. So Wonderkid, I didn't know this. I knew they won one, but I missed that earlier. They lost one straight away off the bat. Onto the Europa League, and again we know they won one. They also lost one as well, getting beat up FC Bayern a couple of years ago when the team would have been getting on a bit. Burnley won it. Burnley. And then they won the big one. The Champions League, beating my Manchester United after losing it the year before and losing it years earlier. So they lost it to Barca and Juventus. Finally won it though. That is pretty sweet. And of course they were world champions, and I do love this competition nowadays. I love the format of it, like a little mini club World Cup, proper one. And they won it in 29, and then 4 years later lost it to Bayern, unfortunately. Burnley won it. No. Newcastle got to a final, bit of City. Spurs won it. I'd like to check how he is. You know, we'll start off with now 60-year-old Luke Skywalker. He's the Wonderkid manager. Went on to manage Liverpool, Barcelona for freaking hell, 7 years. He was at Spurs for 4 years. And to be fair, no, he's just signed for Burnley. So he's not the guy who brought the success to Burnley, but he's won trophies for Spurs. I bet he won trophies for Barcelona. Wow, I like that. So a good way to see who were the best players out of all them 45, who came out on top, is to look at the best ever 11. And this is the best ever 11. Just glancing over that team, I don't think there's any regens in that starting 11. Now these guys are going to be old. I mean, we can have a quick look. What's he looking at like these days? I mean, bloody hell, he's still pretty good. What's Fatty looking like? He's still pretty good. Oldham might be alright, you know, with all these 30-odd year olds. Harvey Elliott, yeah. Pedri. See, they're not that bad, are they? They're still pretty decent, these lads. I mean, Oldham might get a season of greatness, more than they got when they had all them younger lads for 5 years, because they didn't really do out. These are still decent players for 38, 39 years old, and it shows you, doesn't it? Players have lasted a lot longer on Football Manager. Appet, one I want to look at, very important to me. You'll find out later if you watch all my content. He still looks great. And they may be in the Championship, but the spending's already started. Look at all the lads who've left for Oldham. Spent 50 million so far. I reckon they'll get straight out of that league. No danger, because they've got to be wadded. I've just taken them over quickly to see them finances, and they've got shot. They spent 50, so they had $1 billion in the bank. Still got 211. Yeah, this is a club that should fly back up. We're not going to find that out because it's over. The Wonderkids are gone. But you can imagine this is going to be a club, an absolute force with those kind of finances. But what about Elon? Did he stay through the entire thing? No, Elon scaled back a lot of funding, but he might as well, because he didn't need to spend anything. Looks like someone tried to take over James Steele in 2035. Then Elon left that same year, and a new chairman came in, who then also scaled back the funding. But it didn't matter. They were saving them pennies up for the day the transfer embargo was lifted. Now, Oldham over the last 15 years, since they lost them players, they've had it a bit tough. Up and down, up and down. Probably going to happen to them in real life, because they are struggling. Actually been in the Vanarama National North. So they've just come out of that, I think. Yeah, they've won it. So they're back in the Vanarama National, and now they've got this influx of absolute legends. I mean, looking at that team, looks very special. It's basically the Wonderkid Wanderers team, a team that's won absolutely everything, but they're all 38, 39 years old. But as we had a quick look at before, they're all still very good. And they're all on tiny wages, I think, so it shouldn't affect the club financially. And you can imagine, I reckon that team at that age will get them back in the Football League. I think it will. So there we go, that is the end of Wonderkid Wanderers, where I've trapped all the players and put the club under transfer embargo. And it kind of works out pretty well. Like I say, you never know how it's going to work out. Kind of went how I expected them to climb for the leagues. I didn't think they'd win trophies and get to Europe so early. And I didn't think they'd win everything, but they did, didn't they? They won everything they could win. It'd have been nice, I wanted, if they could have just ungone that final year in the Prem. But the fact that they didn't completely crash and burn late on and just go tumble down the leagues, even in their mid to late 30s, who were managing to still get to finals, stay in the Premier League and be respectable. It'd just been cool if they could have stayed there for the club, but I'm sure they'll bounce back in an imaginary universe. But thank you for your view, thank you for watching. It was just a bit of fun. I just really wanted to see what had happened by doing this, so thank you as always. I hope you're happy, I hope you're safe in this crazy ass world, I'm always here to talk if you need to talk. I need to catch up on all my comments. I've been very busy this week. I'm going to do that over the weekend. And if you're a fan of building FC St. Paul, episode 5 will be out the day after this is released on Saturday. I'm pretty sure. If I can get it done, I might even get it out Saturday morning. So thank you for all the support recently. It's been amazing. And this close, I swear down, to my custom club series coming out. Everything is ready to go, fully tested, graphics, everything. Just got to get the intro together and I'm done. We're ready. Can't wait. So thank you. Stay happy, stay safe. I'm Bood. Bye-bye.